Okay, we are live now.
Hey, live.
So we're back to the Beyond the Rim game with Eli being the game master. Also, I got a Patreon account that is over in this lower corner right here if anyone wants to support. But we'll get back to where we were. I believe we were on a planet with a lot of forest and got done checking out an escape pod with some bugs and stuff. So I'll let Eli kind of take it from there.
Okay, cool.
Evan says he's on his way, but he's listening right now.
All right, so we were left off at actually coming to the escape pod, and once you guys got to the escape pod, you realized that there was a bunch of buggy bugs inside and didn't want to get tangled up with them. So then you decided that you were going to go in and have your droid exterminate said bugs. So you took care of that. And now that you guys are looking around a little bit around the outside of the pod and everything, you realize that there's actually probably more wreckage if you continue further north.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do the obligation, and then I see some people started doing the Destiny poll.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Do you want want me to move us to the map?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Oh, well, it's an 11, so I'm pretty sure that's not going to hit anybody.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it will hit people.
So I put the escape pod.
The higher the number, the more likely to hit someone.
Oh, the higher? Oh, okay.
I mean, the lower the number, the higher the number, the less likely.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking opposite. Yeah. Okay, hold on one sec. Let me look.
All right, another light side.
Hey.
All right, so it's actually going to hit Wah this time.
Oh,
yay!
What is it that Wah is sort of worried about?
Oh, let me see what I chose for obligation again.
All right, go ahead.
Oh yeah, bounty. He is kind of stressed that since like the big fight in the hangar bay before, like he's afraid that some of the people investigating there like recognize his face, and so he fears that they may go tell the Empire about it. So that's what he's stressed about.
All right, it makes perfect sense. But so as I said, as you are looking further towards the north, you notice that it appears, since this is just an escape pod, that if you continue north, you're more than most likely going to run into something else that might be actual pieces of a ship.
I will go ahead and get back into treads, and he will get on the speeder, and we're going to continue north. I suggest we all go north.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
So I put the little ninja icon on him to indicate that he's in Tread's backpack.
Why would they?
I didn't hear.
Why are we going north again? What was was there some kind of role that determined we need to go?
Because there's more wreckage there that we can investigate.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was, but last game somebody had noticed what looks like some big gaps within the tree line and stuff like that. Alrighty. So you guys are going to head north. Are you guys going to go by speeder bikes, or are you going to leave those here and continue on foot? What are we doing?
Taking the speeder bike.
All right. So everybody hops on the speeder bikes and you take off. It's fairly uneventful as you're flying through. Every once in a while, you might catch a glimpse of something. You're not really sure exactly what, because they have a tendency to move faster than really your eyes can focus in on them. But you know that there's things running around all over the place in the jungle. So you definitely know that there are creatures running about.
That's a lot of light tag points.
So we better use them.
All right. Now, just ahead, you see a narrow, winding valley, one of many cutting through the rugged and overgrown terrain. A small river is visible through the trees. A rocky dam at the southern end creates a long, oblong lake filling much of the valley floor behind it. After a moment, you realize that the dam is actually a rusted hulk of a ship, jammed between the rocky outcroppings of the opposing bluffs. The color is similar to that of the surrounding rock. Water pours through huge holes in the hull, and it's flowing through the decks and out through the engines, among other exit points, until it plunges down a series of natural falls and continues south.
I think I got that as a map. Should I move us there?
Yeah, that's fine.
From a distance, does that look like? Is it like the majority of the ship?
So I could do a mechanics check to.
If you want to do if you want to do an average perception check, I'll give you some information. Or if you'd rather use something computer related, I will give you an easy computer check. So if you have a scanner or something like that available.
I'll do an average perception.
Yeah, I'll do an average.
I'll do an
perception.
easy computer check with my data pad, and
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead.
I got 2 dice, and
Nope.
well, you should let me do it. All right, I'll do it myself.
You can have one boost. No, you can have 2 boosts. Yeah, 2 boosts.
All right.
Well, Wa's gonna be like, I don't know, I don't see anything, but maybe there's something.
There's nothing over here I can see. How about you look over there?
All right, so
Hey.
so Necro and Asta, the two of you can definitely tell that this hulk of metal and everything else that is down here is actually going to be the engine section of a banking clan frigate.
Wow. Well, I don't
Clear.
think I noticed that, but I would know it's a big engine. I don't think I would know anything about the big clan frigates and stuff.
Oh, yeah, Necro would though.
Okay, yeah, between the two of us, we can piece it together, though.
Yeah. So the lake is clear enough to see additional debris underwater, suggesting more of the ship is actually in the lake.
Maybe Treads could go and see if the rest of the ship's in the lake. I'm gonna get out of the backpack, of course.
All right.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and get out of the backpack.
Yeah. So should we
go ahead and look around, get an assessment, see if there's any markings on the ship, if this is the ship we are looking for?
I think it's the Na Sada or something like that.
Yeah. Actually, as you approach up to the ship, on the east bank of the lake is a clearing big enough for a starship to land. You need one to land there. At the lake shore are the remains of a makeshift metal and wood boat that lie half buried in the mud. And the boat appears to be made of crash debris and looks relatively new.
So we probably got survivors.
At this point, he doesn't visually see any survivors.
So for that triumph and the advantage, can I notice something, I guess, about that, noticing that it is fairly recently done, like maybe tracks that lead off somewhere to maybe whoever was on it, or something might get some insight?
I would say that you can look around since you guys are still kind of far off. That you would be able to look around and would notice that there's I don't know how to explain it, but there's like a slight carving out going off in another direction from across the lake a little bit. So like as if, you were pushing and pulling a boat multiple times, similar to that.
So maybe maybe like someone dragged pieces of the ship into a specific direction.
More like the whole entire boat. So this is all about the boat right now.
Oh, okay.
It's like another boat landing area on the other side of the lake, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, but it's not like actual landing. It literally is just, if you would think like canoes, like if you had a canoe, you would take the canoe, go across the lake,
Like a
and
dog.
then
Like
drag it up to the solid ground instead of leaving it in the lake.
Okay, so it's like a docking area for like a makeshift boat.
Yeah, pretty much. You can see where they would drag it up onto shore and then move it along from there. But where exactly, you don't really know, because just from the way that it looks, you would assume that they probably pick it up and carry it off. So you can't really see like footprints from that far away. You can just see that there's what appears to be like another docking spot where they load and unload the boat into the water.
So we could probably take our speeder over there and get some more information. Maybe we should check out this ship though. What do you guys want to do? I'm kind of curious to see if there's anything worth salvaging on here. And
That's my thought.
See if this is actually part of the Sa
Sa Nalaar.
Nalaar. Yeah, Sa Nalaar.
Okay, yeah, you guys can absolutely make your way down there if you want. It's not going to be real difficult to get to it. You just got to walk a little bit. But yeah, as soon as you guys get up there, I mean, you are pretty much free to completely look around wherever it is that you guys can find holes. And because of the impact of the crash, I mean, there's going to be several, openings that were forced by the power at which it hit the ground with all over the hull. So
this
pretty easy to get in.
This is mainly just the engine section, though, right?
Yeah, sorry.
So it looks like someone scrapped this engine to use it for, I guess, like a survival circumstance. Is that what he said? Seems like.
We don't know yet. No one's gone inside.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. 'Cause you said something about a boat that they were made from parts.
Yeah, it looks like a boat was made from parts. I'm suggesting I'd like to go inside and see if this might be the ship we're looking for, and see if there's any clues inside that might help us determine, how big the ship is, and if any other parts of the ship may have survived, and see if anything of value might be on it.
If you want to do that, if you'll give me a 3 purple computers check, from the outside, since you guys are now up closer, I can give you some more information.
Okay.
I'm just looking at computers. I want to look around to see if maybe they did probably scavenge some of the parts, maybe to build something to I guess so they could survive. So I'd probably make a survival check, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Do a average 2 purple survival check.
Okay, so that since I guess the Triumph thing get used last time, can I just upgrade my check for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I am using Master. What is it called? Master Slicer to reduce the difficulty by 1 and take 2 strain of a computer's or slicing check.
Okay, perfect. Asta, yeah, you can absolutely tell by looking at this boat that it is actually used, perhaps not very frequently, but now being closer upon it, you can faintly make out some tracks and some other markings to indicate that there are people coming or going from this region. And then Necro.
I'm going to use I for detail times 2, so I will negate that. I will convert 2 of my successes into advantages, so I actually got 1 net advantage, a triumph, and a bunch of successes. So there's no threat now.
Okay. Well, with that, you're going to realize that by looking at the size of this and just the debris that is laying around, you're going to realize that this cannot account for the entire ship. So you know that somewhere, somehow, there has to be something else. And you can also, if you look just past the ship a little bit, you can kind of see a very sprawled out debris field that continues north.
Okay, well, there seems to be more debris field that goes up north. Seeing how this used to be a separatist ship, I'm kind of curious if there's any separatist droid parts on board. So, Treads, let's go see if there's anything we can collect that might be of value.
When they go in to investigate closer on the ship, Jahat's going to do the same. He'll join them, although he's going to focus a little bit more on like maybe the areas that are underwater.
Okay.
So like trying to see the ship that are down there deeper in the lake and stuff like that.
Okay, perfect. If you and Treads are going to go in, I'll say that you'll be able to go kind of into the midsection of this engine compartment fairly easily and nose around. But if you want to go to anywhere else, like an upper or try to get to the lower levels, then that'll have to result in you making some check.
Okay, so Necro would like to get inside of Tread's backpack and then have Treads do all the dangerous stuff and get us through the different rooms.
Okay, great. As you are going in then and entering, it's very dark looking and everything is essentially looks like it has been burnt. You can see all the black remnants of fires and explosions and all of that stuff throughout every one of the rooms. So you're not at this point really finding anything that is going to be useful on this mid-level anyway.
All right. So if I need to make a roll, we'll just keep going through the different levels, and my character will do that for a while other people can do stuff they want to do.
Okay. Jihad. Or, yeah. Where is it that you would like to start off on? Would you like to start off near the boat and go down, or would you actually rather go inside like Treads and Necra did and find a way down from there?
I'll start from the outside, so I'll go from the boat and just kind of go straight into the water and then look around kind of near the, I guess, lake bed and make my way closer to the bulk of the ship.
I believe the speeder bikes can go on water if you wanted to look without using the boat.
I don't need the boat. I've got my I've still
Jetpack.
got that whatever the thing's called. The thing that lets me breathe underwater.
Oh yeah, the mask.
Okay, good, because I was just about to ask you if you had any kind of underwater equipment. All right. Yeah, then go ahead and give me a 3 purple perception check.
Did I gain any extra insight from that that survival check? Like maybe even like if we had to hold up here, a good place for us to stay or put stuff, or if like any species in the area might seem hostile or something, maybe, or something, some kind of.
I will say that with that triumph, that you, just by looking at the sky and the shadowing of the trees and stuff, you still know that it's pretty early in the afternoon. So you still have some time to kind of get through, but you do know that if you want to stay here and camp out, that this is probably not the safest place for you to do that. Just because of all of the various eyeballs and things that you couldn't really focus and figure out that was there. You definitely get kind of the idea that staying here might not be the safest thing.
Okay. And so yeah, then maybe I just want to scavenge around and see if there's any things we can use, like if we have to like make a temporary shelter, and then try to locate a good spot for that.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. I'll say that you can kind of spend some time walking around like the tree edges and everything else, looking for anything that you might be able to spot, like any animals or anything like that. Although that you would find,
Scavenge, right?
yeah, anything you would find though would just be innocuous life, like nothing threatening. All right, sorry about that. With 2 successes, I will say that you can realize that there is a lot of this engine compartment that is underwater. Like if you had to guesstimate, you would probably say about half of it would be underwater.
Okay. Does it look like there's like any real usable access to the ship underwater?
Yeah, I mean, from the impact, you're gonna see all kind of splintering and openings in the hull, all around this engine area. So, I mean, yes, technically, you could enter the ship from many different ways.
Okay. Then I would use my comm link and tell the group, but I'm gonna be kind of carefully doing that. I'm gonna start checking stuff.
Okay, absolutely.
I might join you as soon as we're done exploring these upper levels.
I'm just gonna keep looking around, see if I see anything.
What difficulty do I need to roll for athletics or whatnot to get through the more difficult parts of the ship?
If you're going to start trying to climb onto things, and maneuver your way up, it's going to be a hard athletics check with 2 setback, because at this point you're trying to climb onto stuff that is very wet, slimy, like just kind of really hard to get a really good grip. Plus, it's really old, so conditions are not optimal.
Okay. As I inspect this, I believe I might have something to help. So Necro's gonna go through his backpack and gear real fast to make sure see if he has anything to help us with this.
Absolutely. Check away.
This is the first time we all rolled light side and there was no dark side.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, maybe we should spend it.
No need. There is no need. We haven't gotten into a situation that needed that.
But yeah, so Jihad, we'll go ahead and say, while he's trying to look to see what he has, we'll go ahead and say that you can enter in through one of the first little crevice areas that you come to. And as you are entering it's a very tight squeeze inside. And again, it's just simply because everything is pretty much like an accordion down here.
Right.
And, everything's just been kind of smashed all together. So you can see bits and pieces of various things in the water, and things that were attached to the wall, like different panel instruments and stuff like that. But knowing that it's been underwater and for who knows how long, you can't really, not that you can't, but you don't really get that there's going to be anything of use
Okay.
at this point in the engine. But you can continue to kind of snake your way through.
Yeah, I'll keep looking. As I do, I'm gonna calm Necro and describe how everything's just kind of rickety wrecked down here, and ask him if there's based on his. I expect he's the one that'll have the most knowledge of maybe the ship design and stuff like that, and if he thinks that there would be anything like a vault or a safe room or something like that would be built into this section of the ship that would have survived, or if we want to kind of write this whole area off as a loss.
Yeah, I could look into that. So I don't have anything on this character, so I will make that roll. Necro will use speaks binary times 3 to end a system. Unskilled assist, of course. Athletics. Okay. So I'll do that. So he's going to kind of, using the camera that Treads has around his neck, just kind of tell him, well, this would be a great spot for your Treads to go, and you can grab here, and basically give him all kinds of words of encouragement and instruction with Speaks Binary. So I'll roll that first.
Okay, sounds good.
Treads is on tracks, right? So he has no legs.
Yes, he's on tracks. All right.
That's difficult.
Treads is on treads.
He's gonna have to use all upper body strength for that one.
Which he's got a lot of. Okay, so he was successful and got a threat.
All right. So yeah, with Treads, you and Treads actually do make it up to the top, and with you guys making it up to the,
You cut off. I can't hear you.
sorry, my computer was freaking out for some reason. For you making it up to the top, though, you do realize, though, now that the floor beneath you actually does seem to begin to shift just slightly with the weight of Treads.
Is there anything of value up here?
In the quick glance that you get, no, you don't really see anything of value.
Is there anything we can do to stabilize this? Like some kind of mechanics with my toolkit to maybe make some makeshift repairs and stabilize the platform that Treads is on, so that it's more stable and has less of a chance of collapsing.
Yeah, if you want to spend some time to do that, you can do that.
Does it look like it's worth it? Oh, that's what I'm asking. Okay, so before I decide if I want to spend time doing that, if I want to take a little bit better view than just a quick glance, do I just need to make a perception roll or something?
Yeah, make a 3 purple perception with 1 setback for just it being almost pitch black.
I don't take I'm gonna have Treads do it, and he doesn't take setback for it being dark because of the scanner goggles.
Okay, all right, that works.
And I'll tell Treads kind of where to look. So I'll assist him with that. Perception. Okay, so I do have a rank of perception. So I'll do a skilled assist, so that gives a boost whenever I give a skilled assist because of my being a draw. All right, so it's 3 purple then? Right?
Yep, it's 3 purple.
All right, this will be close. Here we go. Oh, don't see anything. I guess I will gain some strain.
Yep, that sounds good. Take some strain.
All right, it looks like nothing of value is up here, so we're gonna make our way down to where you are. And I do have a breath mask, so I can wear that to go underwater and stay in Tread's backpack, which has a sealable compartment, so nothing gets wet inside.
Okay, alrighty. And as you're making your way back down, are you staying in Treads?
Yes,
This
I
whole
will.
time?
I will stay in his backpack where it's safe.
Okay, all right. And Treads is all right with going underneath the water. He's not going to short circuit or have any problem.
He's a droid in heavy armor, so he's good.
He's gonna stay.
Alrighty. Well, as you guys slip back down to the center of the ship area again, looking down a short hallway a little bit, you could actually see a porthole of sorts that looks like it might lead to a lower level. So if you want to try to go down there, you can try to go down there.
Yes. We would like to try to go down there. Trying to do
Alrighty.
underwater sounds. We'll have Treads give a like hand signals to like point down and point to Jahat and the hole and gives a thumbs up to go down in there.
All right, sounds good. Jahat, real quick. As you are snaking your way through, I need you to give me a average 2 purple coordination check, and this is just to kind of avoid snagging anything that you have on you, outfit, whatever, on some of this stuff that is sticking out.
I'm going to die.
You might not.
Are we in the same? Are we kind of in the same area?
Almost, but not quite. You guys aren't quite together yet.
Okay, I would have assisted if I was.
I don't think I have anything that would have helped me there.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna say that you end up actually snagging just a bit of your clothing on a very dark piece of metal, that jagged metal that was sticking out as you rounded a corner to go down a small caved hallway. And so as you're coming around that corner, you just thought you were going to clear it, but you ended up not, and ended up just catching that little bit of cloth. So now that's just holding you up. So it'll take a little bit of time in order for you to be able to free yourself from that without completely destroying your clothes.
Yeah, I'll make it a little easier on myself. I'll take the offending piece of metal off with my lightsaber, and then with a smaller piece of metal, then just kind of get that loose from my clothing.
Okay, absolutely. You can do that. Whoosh! On goes the lightsaber. Slice through the thin little piece like butter. No issues there. So then you'll continue on down. As you continue on down, you're going to see a hallway to your left and a hallway to your right. They both look equally as dark. You can't really see a big difference in light coming from either one of the rooms.
Okay. Eeny, meeny, I'll go right.
All right. You go right. As you're going right and you go into this area, you actually do see sort of like a small little like locker bay. In just from what you can see, sort of, you would assume that this would be for the engine crew to use as, just a means to contain small items. So if you search around there, you may find something. You don't know.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and start doing that.
All right, roll me a 3 purple perception. All right, Threads is attempting to climb down to the second level, or the bottom level. So give me a 3 purple athletics check.
Okay. Necro will do a unskilled. Oh no, it's a skilled. So well, no, it's not really because Treads has more. So I mean, it's still skilled because I have a skill point in it. So I'll give him an extra boost for being a draw and the speaks binary. So 3 purple.
Yep, 3 purple. And Jahat, you're looking around and you can see things, but you don't feel like this is a very safe spot to be in.
Okay.
All right, and what is Wa doing right now, since we haven't really heard from him?
I guess the only thing that he really can do, like, to like be beneficial right now is like keep a lookout, all that stuff.
You can help explore the ship for valuable stuff.
It can help me scavenge.
I mean, he's not very mechanically inclined, so he's not able to find the stuff that's like pretty valuable. Like he doesn't recognize them at all.
And that's fine. You can just patrol around the ship. So in the area where the ship is laying, you can kind of go from one shore point to the other shore point around, just making note of like potential entrance points from the woods. You can investigate and see if you can find any more potential docking sites, that sort of stuff.
Isn't your character kind of good at perception?
2 yellow, 1 green.
That's pretty good. I mean, he's a sniper, and you got that sniper rifle, so that might be able to help you look around the area if you want to do that. Maybe, yeah, it'd be a good idea to make sure we don't have an ambush.
Yeah, he's gonna hold out his big gun as he's walking around.
Okay, all right, we can do that. All right, so Treads is going to make it down to the lower level. And as you're doing this, you come to a hallway. And it's a 4-way hallway.
I guess I'd like to use the advantages then to boost on his next roll because he did it so easily getting through the area that he's a little confident now.
Sounds good. 2 boosts for the next roll. But yeah, so there's a 4-way hallway, and as you're looking, it's getting darker and darker, so it's becoming harder to see. And also, you are now standing in probably about a foot of water. But the hallway that is directly behind you is pretty much smashed into the ground. So it's almost non-existent. You might be able to walk 2 or 3 feet in there, but that's going to be about it. The hallway to your left and the hallway to your right, it's a possibility for a smaller being to walk through, but Treads is definitely not going to be able to make it through.
Is it because there's debris in the way?
Yeah, I mean, the walls are bent, essentially, is what it is. So there's not a clear-cut path for a large being or creature to make its way through.
He's got the built-in scanner goggles. Can he kind of look in there and see if it's even worth messing with that area that has some debris that's making it so silhouette one creatures can't get through?
Yeah, he can absolutely do that. If you want to give me a average perception check with it.
Okay.
or computers, whichever.
Oh, if it's computers, definitely doing that.
This
Okay.
ship, is it over a waterfall or like it is in the picture, or is it just over just a body of water?
Like she said a big chunk of the ship's underwater, but it's kind of like that. It's got water flowing through it. It's on a big body of water if you scroll up on the map. So it's very similar to what we have pictured
Okay,
here.
well, I was just saying, so I can safely cross across the ship to the other side to scavenge over there too, right? Because there's not much over here.
Yeah, or you can use the bike. You can use the speeder bikes too to get across.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll just do that then over there.
And have we found anything to confirm that this actually? I mean, we know it's like the. Didn't we know that the Sa Nalaar was one of these frigates? Have we confirmed that this is the Sa Nalaar? Like, is there the name painted on the outside anywhere visible on our way in?
No, it's not painted anywhere on the outside, but if you guys continue to search, you guys are likely to find some sort of answer.
Is there? Did I see anything valuable inside?
With that, not nothing that you would consider very valuable. It's gonna be like bits and pieces of like fabrics and like nuts and bolts, but I don't really think that you would need nuts and bolts.
So there's no parts of battle droids or broken battle droids or anything in there.
Yeah, no, not in the engine compartment area. No.
So that looks like a wash. So he'll go to one of the other areas then. Maybe a different area than Jahat went. We can look for bubbles coming from his breath mask to see which way he went, so we go the different direction.
Okay, all right. Well, at this point, I'll say that when you look to the right, you can see some bubbles coming up from the surface down the right side hallway. So if you go forward, you're probably more likely going to find something of use.
Hey, Jahat, I'm assuming you're the one making the bubbles in this right side, so I'm going to go in a different direction with treads and see if we find anything over here.
50-50 shot. Either it's me or there's something else in here with us.
I'm not too concerned about anything else in here with us. I mean, unless it's like really big and can swallow us, but other than that, I think I'm pretty good.
I want to search the debris over here. See if I see anything like remains from people or is what else over here.
Okay. Hold on. Wait. Where are you at?
I'm on the other side of the water thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say that over here you can see that there's going to be like a small pile of very minor parts. Like nothing.
Does it look like it was just gathered and put there, or if it just fell there? Like it was like neatly stacked, or if it was like it just randomly just fell there. Would have to roll for that.
No, I won't make you roll for it. I mean, just looking at it, quick glance, it could look like it may have just fallen out that way. Although being familiar with the or wait, is Asta mechanically inclined?
Oh.
No? Okay. Then yeah, to you it just looks like it's just a heap of parts then.
Okay. I mean, she's got 2 intelligence, so she's not dumb. So if it looks like it's a computer or something, that she could always reference someone else to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, like you might see like a droid leg, some droid legs, some like droid arms, and they're going to be like B1 series sort of like bits, but it's pretty much just arms and legs.
Okay. Necro, I think I found some droid parts over here. Maybe you might want to look at it. I'm not too familiar with this stuff.
Hey, if it looks like an arm and a leg or some other parts of a droid, just put them in the compartment of your speeder bike. And then I can check it out later. That'd be great.
Okay.
Have we come across any plaques that have like the ship's name either through the engine room or painted on the walls, like some of the ships in sci-fi, like Star Trek, usually have like the name painted in different areas?
Not yet, but let me cut to Jahat real quick. Okay, Jahat. So you had come into that room. You had felt like it wasn't very safe. There is the room that is across from there. If you want to go check that out, or you can head back out into the hallway and kind of make your way back down the hall and kind of sneak around some other places that you haven't been to.
I'll go check the room across the hall.
Alrighty. As you go across the hall, and when you get there, you actually see a computer, be it nothing that you're really super familiar with, but it is intact, and it does appear that it is out of the water.
Okay.
So if you want to make an attempt at turning it on, figuring out if it works, or whatever you would like to do with it, you can do that.
Instead, I will just go ahead and calm Necro and inform him of what I've found, because if this is delicate computer stuff, due to being mostly underwater in this situation, Jahat's not going to want to mess with it too much.
Okay. All right, you do that. So, Necro, you get a comms request to come down to Jahat's location.
On my way.
All right, so you can figure out where he's at, and when you come into that hallway, you know that he's going to be on the left-hand side, so you enter into the left-hand room, and you yourself can see what appears to be a small computer. So just from looking at it, you can probably gather that there's not going to be a whole lot of information on it, but you might be able to gather something from it.
Does it look damaged?
It does not. It is out of the water and appears to be in all one piece.
Okay, so it looks like it has a power source somewhere.
It does.
All right, then I will go ahead and attempt to turn it on.
Alrighty. It's pretty simple to turn on. You just push a button. So if you just want to give me an average computers check.
Okay, and from my last computer check, I'd like to use those advantages for 2 boost. Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and then I will put on my augmented reality computer slicing goggles to, kind of get more information as I'm attempting to turn it on.
All right, that sounds good.
There we go.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say yep, that you can gather information off of this, like as far as the engine compartment schematics. So now you kind of have a layout of the whole entire engine area that is laying here when it was intact, at least. And you absolutely know that this is the engine compartment from the Sa Nalaar.
I got some great news, everyone, on the comms. This is definitely the Sa Nalaar, and I've now got a complete schematics of what the ship was before it broke in pieces. And so this is like a small section of the ship. This is like the little engine area. So
Awesome.
Oh, is there an inventory list?
You do not find an inventory list on this computer.
Okay. Would
It just simply is basically a basic schematic of the engine hall area to assist people that normally would work in the engine area with where they need to go and place things and turn things on and off and that sort of thing.
On the schematics, is there anything labeled droid holding area, cold storage, or anything else, repair bay, anything like that? Even if it's not on this part of the ship, on the schematics, is there anything on the blueprints that indicate charging ports for, since these ships, I would know that the majority of them were controlled by droids. I'm just trying to ascertain the best part of the piece of the ship that would have the most battle droid material.
Yeah, I'll stay with your triumph and everything. I can give you some clues. So yeah, you're gonna gather from the information on this computer that they actually put most everything into the main hall of the ship. So that's kind of the area where everything is. So there you're going to find the repair stations, you're going to find like bridge security, you're going to find all sorts of other areas within, and you'll definitely most likely find droids in those sorts of areas.
Okay, guys. So not sure what the treasure is, but I do remember they want our employer wanted us to find cybernetics and if there's any survivors, a cyberneticist. So my best bet would be if we located the hull of the ship, that's going to have most of the battle droids in it, and possibly even the cybernetics or an area that has the cybernetics that we're being paid to locate.
Does the log show anything about what happened to the ship, and maybe kind of determine how we kind of broke up?
This is a basic log about showing damage. Well, I don't know. Is this a damage report? Does this have like a damage report of the ship? What parts are missing and stuff like that? Does it have that information on it?
Yeah, well, it has that sort of information. So you can tell that there was a sudden impact to the ship. What that sudden impact was, you don't know. But being any kind of familiar with, is anybody familiar with like navigate or not? Well, not really. Well, navigation, I'd say, or like piloting space.
Astrogation, yes, if that's what you're asking. But I was thinking if I could see the history of system failures, I could piece together a good idea. Like if certain parts of the ship started malfunctioning and going offline, I could probably surmise that it probably took turbo laser fire.
Well, I would say that as far as systems failing, everything kind of all failed at once, and it was due just to this sudden impact that had happened. And being that you are familiar with flying and kind of how things work with flying, I'll say that you can gather that it was probably a sudden impact with the outer atmosphere of the planet that caused it to begin its descent and to be torn apart. Very much so, like you guys had problems with landing or out of the the asteroid field, where you kind of just hit a dead stop, and then when you guys were coming into Cholganna and you guys hit the atmosphere there. So it was the same sort of thing, but you guys got lucky and survived it, where they weren't so lucky.
Okay, so it sounds like they encountered some of the space anomalies that we encountered, because it looks like all the system failures happened at once just before it entered the atmosphere. So I'm assuming it's that thing that we piloted around and gave you guys specific instructions where to navigate to avoid it.
I have a question. This would be more like what kind of role would be, like to determine trajectory or something like that, like with the ship breaking up. what would that be? I mean, I know that's like probably like physics and stuff like that in real world, but what would it be like in Star Wars? What you would assume that would be?
Probably just intelligence.
Well, nah, it'd be a skill. I'm thinking probably mechanics.
Could we use could one of us do a mechanics check to try to get an idea what the trajectory were, so we can kind of get an idea? Well, here's the engine. So and he's got schematics of the ship or something like that. So I figure out well, probably this area, this piece.
What if I let somebody roll a survival check? Because I think if you would roll a survival check, you would be able to. I mean, I think you would be able to determine, like this is this direction and it continues in this direction and it's off this direction and this so many feet this direction.
Well, we've been going north, and I saw more debris up north, and we came from the south, and I didn't see anything from the south, and this ship is facing kind of the north direction, so I'm kind of assuming that we should probably keep going north.
Yeah, but if there's an explosion, it could have blown it any which way.
So I guess my deduction can give someone a boost.
Determine like physics and stuff like that. Like if something explosion happens, the chances for it to go this way, and then based on directions and stuff like that, I would think it would be something more survival. I think it'd be more intelligence kind of based role.
Well, there's knowledge education, which I guess could be mathematics.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah. I mean, so if you want to give me a knowledge education, you can do that.
Okay, well, that's probably not my forte, but I would probably suggest that based on what this is, does anyone have any idea where maybe it could be, by knowing what this is, maybe like with explosion and stuff, would it happen?
What's the difficulty for a knowledge education?
We'll say 4 purple, just because everything's kind of spread out really good.
Okay. And did we just use the triumph, or did we use some advantages on my computer roll?
Yeah, if you want to use some of your advantages, you can do that.
All right, then 1, 2, 3. I'll just do 3 boosts then.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, yeah. So with that being said, you definitely know that you need to go north. And you can tell that the main part of the wreckage is probably going to be north and a little eastwards.
Okay, guys. According to my calculations, yeah, it looks like we should be going north and a little towards the east. So, no, I don't see anything of value. I haven't come across any electronics or cybernetics, but the computer indicates that the main hull might be what we need to find next. And so I am saving the schematics to my data pad, and I can show you guys what we're trying to look for, something that looks similar to this shape.
Okay.
So these arms and legs and stuff, does my character know how to take them out and stuff, or would I have to make a roll, or what do I need to do? Because he said to hook them up.
No, I wouldn't make you make a roll. They're pretty much basically just kind of like laying about in a singular fashion. So I mean, you could grab up a whole entire arm, take it and put it into the thing, and just repeat the process.
How many pieces? So I guess Jeff can have that for his inventory.
She can figure that out later.
We'll say that there's like 5 arms and 5 legs.
Okay.
And then as you're walking around doing your patrol, you're actually going to come across an area in the ground that looks like it actually was dug up and then replaced with dirt.
My character will start digging then? Like are there like anything around I can use to like help with the digging process, or?
I would say that you could probably like run over to the tree line and grab like a stick and kind of break up the earth a little easier with that if you want.
Just dig with your front paws.
Use that fancy gun of yours.
Making the dog dig. That's kind of stereotypical right there.
Well, he noticed something. I mean, it's a good thing, right?
Yeah,
All right,
okay,
so as you're digging, all of a sudden, you're going to hit something hard. And as you continue to kind of dig around what you were hitting that's hard, you actually find a small, tiny, tiny little box. It's not very big at all. But when you pull it out and you open it, if you want to open it, do you want to open it?
Is it unlocked?
Yeah, there's nothing like keeping it from being opened.
Does it look like it's rigged?
No, it looks
Okay. So I
just-
open it.
all right. You open the box. Inside the box, you actually find a older looking vibro knife, and it has a concealed hilt on it as the attachment. So you do. So you just need to find a power source that you'll be able to power that up to get it to turn on. And then as soon as you do that, you will be good to use that if you choose.
Cool.
Alrighty. And as are we, well, what's Necro and what's Jahat going to do since the two of you are together now?
Sounds like we've kind of gotten what we want to out of here, so we can just look for an exit.
Perfect. As you two are looking for an exit, Jahat, you happen to notice as you are nearing a spot towards the hall that you can exit, you notice that there's also another split, revealing another small room out of this hall breach. And you stick your head in to kind of look, and you see some lockers that seem to be fairly intact.
Ooh, I'll make a pit stop in there, maybe. I'll obviously tell Necro, hey, there's lockers in here. I wonder if there's anything else useful in here.
I shall accompany you.
All right, so the two of you go in there and begin opening up the lockers. And as you guys are opening up the lockers, you're looking around, and hi, you actually come across a lightsaber hilt.
Interesting. I will take that. Just peeking at it. Can I tell if there's a crystal? Well, hell, I guess I'll just try and turn it on.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to turn on. So at this point, you're not really sure if it's just because it's been underwater for so long, or if there's something more that needs to be done to it. So you'll kind of have to take a look at it and see if you need any potential repairs or anything on it.
Is there anything else notable about the locker I found it in? Is there any identifying marks or anything?
No, not really. That was the only thing that was sitting in there at the time. So at this point, you're really not sure even what type of hilt it is.
Okay. And is that all we find in them? In the other lockers?
Yeah, that's all you find. Other than, other stuff that you may potentially find in a locker. So like rations.
Nothing particularly notable though.
Yeah, you can say there's 10 rations in there, but that's about it.
Cool. I guess we continue our way out.
Alrighty, you guys end up making your way out from the hall, and you swim around to the other side, and you find Wah patrolling the area.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Find anything useful?
I found an old knife, but that's about it.
Ah, nice. Well, let's go north.
Do you have a power source I can power this thing with? Then I pull out the old vibro knife.
Does it have the old power source in it?
Let me check. He checks. Does it?
Yes, it does.
Yes, here it is.
I can do a, I could probably do this, but it'd be the only time I could do it today. I could probably get it working. should I do it? Because if I do it, it's going to be using up the parts that I have to get this thing to work. Or I could.
If it's going to be using up everything that you have for today, then no need for it.
Okay, well, I'll hold on to that, and if it gets closer to the end of the day, then I could take a look at it again and go ahead and use it, and then be ready to do something on the following time.
Okay, sounds like a deal.
Oh, here's the parts that you asked me to gather for you.
Do you mind leave them in your speeder bike? And I have a feeling that if this is the ship and this is as big as it is, there's going to be a lot more parts. So we'll definitely want to take advantage of all the speeder bike's compartments.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you find anything in the ship? As you said, this is the right one.
Yep, I already mentioned on the comms everything. There's going to be more up north and towards the east. If my calculations
what time of day
are
is it right now? Do we know?
Yeah, it's about early afternoon, so it is.
How far ahead do you think it's going to be, Necro? It's the afternoon. We might want to try to start look for a place to I guess secure ourselves if we're going to be here longer than the day.
I wouldn't worry. We got treads here to protect you. And there's lots of lights, and we got speeder bikes, so we go pretty fast.
Yeah, but I don't want to be sleeping on the dirt if I can.
Tell you what, the sooner we find what we came here to find, the sooner we can get back on our ship, and you can be sleeping in luxury. Or, not on dirt.
Okay.
Alrighty. So with everybody back up together again now, we'll go ahead and we'll start trekking our path northwards.
Do you want us to make any? Do we need to make any type of piloting checks, or are we good just going at speed 1?
I'll say speed 1, since it's not real fast, it's pretty slow paced. I'll say that I'm not gonna make you guys make checks because I'm pretty sure that you guys can miss trees.
We're not scout troopers.
Yeah, we're not.
And so if you stay kind of towards the shoreline as well, you can use that as a guide to kind of continue your way north and follow the river there.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. So it's going to take you guys about a half an hour to get there. So it will, but you guys end up getting there, and then on the lake's eastern shore, you see at first what appears to be a large, irregularly shaped hill, randomly covered in vines and scraggly vegetation, partially concealed by the jungle canopy. Perched on the hill at the prominent point but odd angle appears to be the ruins of a large building with most of the transparisteel windows broken out. You suddenly realize you're looking at the forward sloped section of the Sa Nalaar and its bridge. It's facing northwest towards the lake. Its forward shell-like hull is splayed with the lower decks buried and crashed into the old riverbank.
Is this the main hull? I got a map for it. I got 2 maps for it. I got an exterior map and an interior map.
Yes, it is going to be the main hull.
All right, I'll move us over.
Do we have like a rope or a climbing kit or anything like that?
I don't think we do, but we could probably scavenge and look for some parts and stuff like that to make it, probably.
I don't, but we do have speeder bikes that have a max altitude of 25 meters, which 25 times 3 is a foot. Well, I mean,
I'm pretty sure we're in the jungle, so maybe we can get some vines to wedge together to make a rope with.
I wasn't sure if there was a good, easy way to get for any of you guys to get up to the up to those upper levels. But yeah, if we got 75-foot clearance with our speeder bikes, then that should be just fine.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, and that's what it looks like from a distance as you are approaching.
All right. This is looking like the hole that's indicated in my data pad that I got from the ship.
Wow, that place thing's big. I want to look around when we arrive, see if there's any hostiles in there, or maybe animals and stuff like that before we something up in here. I think off the life thing.
Okay. Alrighty. If you want to give me a hard perception check with 2 setback, or you can give me an average computer check.
I'll do a computer check. What am I looking for?
I believe he said he wanted to kind of look around and get a feel for the area.
I want to look around at the ship and see what the best entrance might be to find the location indicated on the schematics as where the best part where the battle droids and cybernetics area might be.
Okay. As far as you can tell, everything looks pretty much the same as you've seen everywhere else. Just tons of trees. Every once in a while, you might see some eyeballs peering around. You're just assuming that they're local animals. Just curious as to what's going on and why there's people around. Because, they don't see very many people around, so. But you don't feel like there's anything really dangerous here just yet.
Okay. And I don't. When we come up close to the ship, does it look like it's? It looks like it's been sitting there forever and not been touched. Does it look like it's actually maybe been moved around, stuff been moved around, not ever touched? Like like how vegetation grows on stuff that has been sitting there for a while.
Oh yeah, no, like you can tell that there are all sorts of vines and stuff like that growing all over this thing. So you can tell that it definitely has been sitting for a while, and it definitely has not been moved in any sort of manner.
Well, mine's pretty thick, like they could actually hold, like we could use for like a rope, or they pretty loose vines that probably need to be threaded together or something like that, like braided together.
If you want to make a rope, you can do that with survival.
Yeah, I would say that they are sort of thick, but I wouldn't really want to trust putting a whole lot of weight to just a single one. So yeah, like braiding it together would be a better option.
Okay, so that'd be like a simple tool, something like that, I guess.
Yeah. So we can say that you can make some like climbing ropes and stuff like that if you want.
So what difficulty would it be to find the best part to maybe enter the ship to get to where the droid / cybernetic stuff might be located? Maybe a mechanics for a ship or something?
Yeah, I'd say that. I'd say it would be a 3. Well, no, do 4 purple mechanics check. Just because I don't know if Necro might be super familiar with separatist banking frigate ships.
He's not. But I want to. Yeah, he's not. So I will go ahead and do that then. Do I have any? Do we use my advantage for anything on the roll? For any details I got from the education roll? Did you?
No, I don't think we did. You can apply those if you want.
Okay, so I'll do a boost.
Would both be athletics, or it'd probably be athletics, right? Not a coordination.
Oh, to use the ropes to climb with?
Yeah, I'd say athletics.
Yeah, I would say athletics because I think that would be more of a strength thing, more where I think coordination would be like if you were trying to walk across something essential to like a balance a beam or something.
Yeah, like a tightrope. All right, so I got a lot. I got 2 successes and a bunch of advantage for finding.
I see that. Yes, you did. Okay, well, at that point, you're going to notice that there's a particular split within the wreckage, and it's the largest, so it's going to indicate that it's going to be the easiest place for somebody like Treads to enter in, so you can get better advantage to the inside. And you can see that even from a slight distance away.
So I found a good place we can enter the ship on foot without having to use the speeder bikes or that vine you're playing with.
Rope that she threaded together, climbing rope.
Well, I'm gonna go this way if anyone wants to follow, or Tread's gonna go this way while I ride inside.
Okay, and then also Asta, you can see that the ship has also obviously been camouflaged with said vines and everything else, all sorts of other vegetation to kind of hide it from any prying eyes flying over.
Like that group, it looks like this thing looks like more like it's been set up to cover, hide itself from things.
So is it that the vegetation has grown over it, or that this looks like it's been deliberately hidden?
It looks like a little of both. It looks like some of it is from just natural growth, but some of it absolutely looks like it's been deliberately placed in certain spots to break up like the lines and stuff like that. So when you're flying over it, you're not really seeing it as a ship. You're just seeing it as vegetation.
Like a tarp or something like that, like a tarpaulin over or something like that, or
it looks like a vine tarp from the military uses.
Yeah, I mean, like you would think of it as like somebody took some time to find a bunch of branches, sticking a bunch of branches to the top of this thing, and there are trees surrounding it, so there's some of the vegetation from the trees, but then there's also vines that come off the trees that have began to grow over it. So there's all sorts of various means of camouflaging it, but you can just tell that some of it is very deliberate. And you can tell that it seems like just from the outside of the ship that you could surmise that it's also has had parts, like small little bits and pieces that have been removed, and stuff like that. And it looks like basically like it's being salvaged.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let them know that this looks like someone was trying to keep this hidden. See if you look at that, it looks like that's perfectly put there. That doesn't normally grow like that right there. So there must be, we gotta be wary. There might be someone around here.
If that's the case, maybe we might want to take our speeder bikes with us, or hide them, or have someone watch over.
I'm gonna roll stealth, and if I need to hide and stuff like that, to sneak around.
Yeah, if I want to hide my speeder bike over here, or have Treads do it, can we do a stealth roll to use the, hide it under the bush or something?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to try to make an attempt at hiding it, you can use stealth. That's fine.
So what would be the difficulty of it?
Let's do 3 purple.
Okay.
All right, Treads will assist, or Necro assist Treads.
I can just hide them all if you want me to do a group one, though.
Yeah, let's do a group. I'll assist whoever wants to do a stealth roll, and I'll assist them.
Oh, I already did it.
Yeah, he already did it, and those advantages probably could help with the rest of us hiding ours.
Yeah. I mean, he did pretty well. So yeah, so all you guys take your time, try to hide it under some pretty good foliage, even maybe break some branches down from some trees to kind of cover it up. As y'all are doing that, Wah actually finishes his hiding of his bike pretty quickly. So he'll walk around with the rest of you and assist you guys in being like, hey, I think you might need to maybe put something over here because you can kind of see it, or I think you need to put something over here because I can kind of see this. And you guys end up hiding them pretty well.
Woo, we hide them.
Okay. That's a pretty thick rope I made because it got encumbrance 4.
Okay, sounds good.
So let's get on the ship.
So as we're walking through the ship, my character is going to stealth, like as they're like moving along, just in case there's like someone who comes up from behind or someone just randomly walks out from around the corner and starts shooting.
That was my plan to just sneak right here.
I agree. I'll let him go in front.
Okay, does somebody also want to give me a perception check?
Okay, I'll give you perception.
I can assist to give
what
you.
difficulty?
I can assist to want to give them an extra. I got a 1, but whenever I assist with the skill I have, it gives them an extra blue dice. So I can give them two blue dice if it's just someone that has more than 1 rank in perception from an assist.
I mean, I can do the perception stuff as I'm sneaking through, so that I'm like basically scouting.
What's the difficulty for the perception?
2 purple.
Okay, so for the sneaking through the ship, what's the difficulty for that one?
I'll say 2 purple.
2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go in stealth after this too. Try to sneak through the ship.
Okay, so for everybody that's going stealth, it'll be 2 purple.
Asta can get 2 purple, not 2 blue to her roll.
Okay.
Try to tread silently. TRDS for silent.
All right. And as to with your perception, as you guys are getting closer and closer to this main hall of the ship. Jahat.
I'll borrow maybe 2 of those successes from one of the others.
Okay.
Jihad did not need to have to roll.
Yeah, Astra. Well, I'll just use some of the successes too.
Me and Well are just going ahead. We're going to sneak around the ship stuff.
Yeah, we'll just use your guys' successes. There's no need for us to roll.
Yeah. Okay. So with your perception check that you had, Asta, as you guys are getting closer to the main hall of the ship, you end up kind of looking off to your right just a little bit. And as you're looking off to your right, off in the distance, you can barely make out what appears to be possibly some sort of an encampment.
All right, I'm going to mention it to Wow, and I'll tell the other 2 to hang back, and me and Wow will go investigate. If Wow wants to go do that, or if he wants to go elsewhere.
Yeah, we can investigate.
Do you want to see any kind of alarms or traps on my way while I'm looking to see if we need to bypass them of some sort, like something that would give us away while we're approaching?
If you want to give me a perception check and make it a 3 purple.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to assist me while looking for traps?
Yeah. So that would be 1 blue to your character, right?
Yeah, 1 blue to my character.
Okay.
And I'll use the boost, the advantage from the last perception check, since I'll be the next one to roll, I guess, to give to myself, right?
Okay.
That's a lot of advantages.
Yeah, when I notice something special. and add setbacks to them finding to locate to noticing us if they're looking around.
Alrighty. Yeah, no. With all of that, you don't notice any traps. You don't even see where there really would be any possible sort of places to put any traps. But
Is there people there, or is it just looks like it's been used recently?
so this is an old encampment. It lies under the jungle canopy, and it's a little bit away from the ship and away from the shore. It encompasses heavily overgrown ruins of a collection of shacks, rock encircled fire pits, and similar structures. But that's all you can see just from kind of walking up on it. If you want to do a hard survival check, or if Wal wants to do a hard survival check, I'll be able to give you a bit more information.
I mean, I could do the survival check. I would boost myself with those advantages.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so 3 purple. Alrighty. So with all those successes and advantages, it indicates that it could have been between 30 and 50 people that lived there at one point. It turns up a nearby burial site with about 20 graves that have some makeshift markers. Crew names are scratched onto the surface of the metal plating. And you can tell that the encampment hasn't been used in a very long time. And if you're looking around, you can tell by the tree growth that is actually inside one of the shacks that it's been abandoned for about 20 years. And if you're looking around and stuff like that, you're going to find other bits of metal, trash, and other broken technology stuff that's kind of been trampled into the dirt and overgrown with foliage.
Look like they left in a hurry, or they just packed their stuff and left. Like, did they like a lot of you normally wouldn't leave behind unless like you really had to go real quick, or did something like they go methodically? They just decided to move on.
It looks like they just decided to move on. That they perhaps maybe needed to find something more secure.
All right. So I'll relay back to it. Looks like I found an old encampment that they might have used at one point. It looks like it housed a lot of people, so there must have been a lot more survivors that originally. But like there's some graves, so some passed away or died, and looks like they must have moved on from this location for some reason. And I guess probably just look through the debris and see if there's any like names or anything like that that might be of use, or even any kind of data pads or anything like that that's left behind, that might indicate what like kind of gives them a little more idea what happened and what was left, because I think Necker wanted to check to see the cargo to see what if there's any droids and stuff here still.
Everything that is over here is going to be very old, has been rained on a bunch, broken into itty bitty tiny pieces. So there's really not going to be anything that's going to be salvageable. So there's not.
All right, so there's nothing salvageable. All right.
I'm more interested in checking out the ship.
So yeah, I'll say it looks like there hasn't been anyone here for a while, but we don't know which way they went or where they went. So, I mean, it looks pretty I guess it looks pretty defensible, right? The location.
Yeah. I mean, you can that if you could stay there or whatever, you could absolutely do that if you wanted to.
I'll say maybe we can move our gear over here. Probably be easier if we do get ambushed or something like that to defend.
I'm leaving my gear where it's hidden at the moment and on my persons. But that's a good idea. Maybe after we find what we're looking for.
So I guess we'll head to the ship then, right? Is that what everyone wants to do?
Mm-hmm.
Stealthily make my way over to the ship.
Yep, same thing.
Alrighty, so there are going to be many ways into the Sa Nalaar. The force of the impact had ripped open the hull in multiple locations, marking openings where you could climb into the ship. And you also notice that a few escape pod launch tubes have obviously been converted into makeshift entries. The bridge section, if you guys did bring a airship, would be accessible from the air, since all of the windows have been broken out. And I don't remember. Yeah, you guys obtained information too about the Sa Nalaar ship and all that stuff from that pod thing back on the wheel. So you have that information for you as well. So if you actually wanted to pull that information out, Necro, you could pull it out, and I would make you do a 1 purple computer check to figure out the locations of things inside of the.
Okay, I will pull that out and do the 1 purple computer check with my ARCI goggles.
All right.
And I moved us to a map just that has like a broken bridge on it. It's the Sa Nalaar hull. It's next to the main hull on the maps if you're looking.
Oh, this is pretty cool.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Okay, so I know where the stuff is.
Does this ship look like it's like powered at all? Like, does it still have any battery life in it, or is it just like dead? Like, has been dead for like a long time?
Yeah, from what you gathered and what you can tell, it looks like it probably has not been turned on in a while, and probably from the impact, it probably wouldn't turn on.
Good thing I made some torches.
TRDS can see in the dark.
Okay, so with your roll, Necro, I'm going to say that you can gather that there are several like main points that you are going to want to hit while you're here. That being the T-junction and hatch to the lower levels. The decking in the hallways, you're going to want to check out because there's going to be a lot of different rooms to check out. The sensory array control room, the bridge security area, the bridge command tower, and that's going to be really about it. But you're going to know that those are going to be all the big major places that you can find things that might be useful, or if people are going to be here, that those would probably be the places that they might be lingering about.
Ooh, I am super excited. Okay, well, I bring out the data pad and the schematics be like, here. These are the best places to look for the treasures and the cybernetics that we're looking for. And please let me know if you come across any battle droids that have been broken or pieces or anything like that.
Oh, and one other thing too. With that check, you also realize that the ship has a vault in the lower decks, and so it's buried or crushed into the ground. But that you could possibly, just by looking at it, be able to access it, but it'll take some time.
Okay.
Is it a mechanically locked or computer locked one?
We should probably go here.
At this point, you don't know. You're still kind of on the outside, but with the schematics that he has, looking at it and then looking at the wreckage that's before them, you can surmise that where this vault is located, that it's pretty deep into the ground. So you're not sure at this point if it's completely crushed and impossible to get to, or if you may possibly be able to get down there with some help.
So, this is where I show the vault maybe around. So if this whole structure, if the whole integrity held up, we might be able to access it through one of the turbo lifts. We might have to make our way through the turbo lift itself, but if we go down the hole, if the area has not been destroyed, and if it's the vault that we think it is probably made to survive strong impacts But this is This is where I would suggest what we're getting paid to find is located based on the information I have.
I agree. The vault probably the best place to hide something, especially if it's something valuable. I guess we can make our way that way and see.
I don't know Star Wars that does Star Wars have bulkheads with ladders in addition to the turbo lifts?
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, we can say that they do.
Yeah,
I can also use my lightsaber to cut out the turbo lift, and we can just drop down.
The climbing rope I made.
Okay, so we got lots of options. Sounds good. Is coordination used to reduce the amount of damage you would take if you fell?
It is.
Do you know how that works offhand?
You roll, I guess. Look and see even what it says on the coordination.
Yeah, I think it's what you roll, and then based off of the successes, or if you have successes and advantage, and then if you have any threat, or if you get like a failure. So I think it's if you get a failure, you take, I think it's like 3 strain, or 3
Produce damage suffered when falling, diminishing impact by rolling into a tumble as successful coordination action. See page 215, I guess, probably the main book for on falling.
Okay.
So falling short range is 10 damage, medium is 30, long is incapacitated with a plus 50 critical injury.
Wow. Okay, so let's avoid falling. Okay, so we'll try and make our way to the vault area first, I think.
Okay, that sounds good. So yeah, so as you guys are approaching the ship, when you come up to the ship, you come to a breach in the hull, and it's pretty easy for everybody to get inside. Once inside, it does become a little bit less visible. There's not as much light coming in, and you can actually hear the dripping of water.
Let's light some torches up.
Okay. As soon as you guys light your torches up, you're going to see a long hallway that extends down for a good little piece. And you're going to see several sealed door entryways. I'd say like 5 on each side. And then you're going to see a like bulkhead entry down at the very end of it.
Based on those schematics, which one do we think is going to get us closer to this vault?
I would say that Necro would suggest going all the way down to the bulkhead.
I suggest the bulkhead.
All right. I guess we make our way there. I'm assuming there's no power to the door. Does it look like something that we can force open, or is just cutting it open going to be our best bet?
Actually, you don't have to do anything because it appears that it has already been dislodged. So you can just kind of swing it open.
All right.
Are there like any tracks anywhere near? Like, are there any muddy footprints or anything in here?
He'd like to roll to see if there's any tracks.
Yeah, if you want to do a 3 purple perception with 2 setback. No, you got just 3 purple because I forgot you got lights. So
I think survival also might be good for footprints.
I do not have survival, so I'd like to use perception.
Okay. Yep, absolutely. 3 purple perception.
No, I do. That's an unlucky roll.
But something good unrelated to you finding the tracks is going to happen.
I guess.
Yes. Okay.
He could think he sees some, or he could totally not see any.
Yeah, no, I'm going to say that you don't see any. However, though, with looking at the doorway there, and you're the one that particularly notices that it has already been jarred open. So we can say that you can guess that there have been people that have been entering and exiting through this doorway, at least.
So my character will say, "There's probably been people here, so we should probably be careful."
Well, we are all stealthily entering, I
I
assume.
could look too as well for me to take a look.
I'm assuming we are all still stealthing.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear anybody.
Yeah, I was going to stealth. I mean, is there a difficulty for roll, or are we just saying narratively?
Well, you know, since you're inside the ship now, yeah, let's do another stealth roll.
Let's do a group one. I'll give someone, whoever's doing the group 1-2 boost for doing a skilled assist.
So who has the highest stealth right now?
I have 4 yellows and 1 green.
5 yellow, 1 green, 2 blue, 2 advantage.
Why'd you even ask? You know you got the best.
I was just making sure that All
right, so you can have 2 boosts from the draw assisting.
Let's show off.
Well, I was
Okay.
just making sure Asta was able to do stuff.
I know, I'm just picking.
So
No, yeah.
he's in front, and we're all copying him exactly.
Yeah, you guys are like Scooby-Dooing it down the hall.
Wow, those are like the worst rolls for the purple ever, and I still somehow passed.
For his perception, can I do look as well?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try to now,
Great, since he got a triumph.
yeah, go for it.
Necro will put some WD-40 on Treads' wheels.
What's WD-40 do?
It's basically space oil.
Ah, okay.
So that he's even quieter when he moves.
Oh wait, I forgot. What do I get? What happens for the 3 threat that my character gained? Do they just like turn into strain, or does something else happen?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
She can do it narratively.
Yeah, we'll just say that you begin to become a little frustrated in not being able to see what you feel like you should be able to see. So we'll say that you take a strain for that.
A strain. Okay.
Me take a strain, or he takes 3 strain?
No, I take 1 strain.
I got 1 threat.
Yeah. Well, no, okay. So La's gonna take 3 strain for his thing, and then yeah, Asta, you're gonna take a strain.
I see through the torchlight, kind of strain for my eyes.
Yeah, you do see some old tracks. They're not super clear, so you really can't make out. But you can also pick up that there's multiple tracks.
Okay, I see multiple tracks for them. Are they similar in like it's from the same something similar that use it, or is it two separate kind of things? Like tread marks are different than the other tread marks or something like that, or like the spacing of them.
I would say that if you want to try to determine what is making the tracks, that's going to be
no. Is it the same thing making the 2 separate tracks? Like if you look at tracks, like you see the tread marks or something like.
Oh, yeah, no, they're going to be various beings.
So it's not the same thing making the same tracks. Okay.
No.
More than 2 things making track marks.
All right, so we're stealthily continuing towards where the vault is.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so once you guys make your way down the bulkhead and past the bulkhead, you guys find a hatch that opens up to a lower level. And it is already propped open. If you choose not to go down it, you can continue to go down the hallway. And the hallway looks very similar to the other hallway.
I'll just say that this turbo lift is the bulkhead.
Where does that go to?
And I mean, and I will say that with the knowledge that you guys have, you know that going down further is probably going to be more beneficial than if you just keep going.
Right. So I could probably try to tie the rope to something stable up here, or maybe even Treads could hold the rope, since he's pretty strong. But then that means that Tread's gonna have to stay up here.
No, it doesn't. Just tie it up to something on the hole.
So yeah, so look for something to tie it up to, and I just use some skullduggery to knot it up real good so it doesn't come undone, and like it's adhered so it can hold the weight.
So did you make a simple tool out of the vine?
I did. I made it into a climbing rope.
So it gives us an advantage on athletics?
It does give me an advantage on athletics.
All right. I'm going to, since we're going to have to climb, I'm going to go ahead and use...
How far down does it go?
Reroute processors on tread to increase his
Like 10
run.
Can I make little notches in it to where like you put your foot on it to make it easier, and then Treads can lower us down, and then he can lower himself down when he's once everyone's down.
How is he saying, Eli?
I mean, you could tie like knots.
There's,
You know, like
Or something you can like stand on with your foot to like put a little like loop in it. That way, you don't have to make too much of a difficult.
Here,
try to knock
you're,
it down.
you can use your rope, and I'll go ahead and spend a light side point to be a maintenance ladder that goes along the edge of the elevator shaft. Does that sound good? Since you have no dark side points.
sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
The rope will assist us if we need it.
Eli, how far did you say it went down again?
It went down 10 feet.
Cool. I'm just gonna jump down then.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
Treads will jump down too. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go.
Congratulations, you spent the light side. Congratulations.
Well, now we can get out easier. The ladder's there.
I'll carefully climb down there.
Okay. All right. So you'll use the ladder and climb down.
I'm gonna increase Treads' brawn by 1 and reduce his intellect by 1 using the reroute processors action. So that's an average computer check.
All right. Go ahead.
All right, I did it. So now his brawn's temporarily 1 higher and his intelligence is temporarily 1 lower. And that lasts for an encounter.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, so I'm still inside.
Okay, so as you guys get down after everybody jumps, you look left, you look right. The right side of the ship hallway is starting to look a little bit more deteriorated. And you can actually see some bowing occurring within the walls of this hallway, although it's not very bad. But it's definitely not like pristine either. The left looks slightly better, but not fully equal either. You can tell that you're now entering the area that is being that was impacted by the sudden meeting of the Earth or of the planet. So are we going to go left or are we going to go right?
I went to refer to the schematics. Which way is the best direction to get to the vault from the original schematics?
Okay, we're going to go to the right.
I suggest we go to the right, as that's where the vault was indicated on the original schematics.
All right.
Okay, as you guys are making your way down this is a very long hallway. And so there is actually another hatch that is at the end of this hallway that looks like it can be climbed down.
All right. I'm ready to do that.
Alrighty, so we climb down.
Is it 10 feet as well?
No, actually, this one's only like 8 feet.
Okay. Keep going.
Alright, so everybody's gonna jump down here. When you make it down to this portion of the hall, you can tell that it is even more badly bent and misshaped. So actually going through this is going to actually begin to be a little bit more difficult. It won't be as simple as just walking through, because there's going to be different areas that are protruding out. So you have to be very careful of where you're walking. But nothing too terrible just yet. And as you're looking down to the end of this hallway, there are a lot of doors to your left, a lot of doors to your right, and again, another hatch at the end.
So, are we going according to the schematics? Are we supposed to go to the next hatch?
Yeah, go to the next hatch, go down the hatch.
I suggest. I would suggest.
However, though, this hatch, when you get to it and you're looking down into it, there's only about a 4 to 4.5 foot clearance.
Jahat.
The floor is that close now?
I'm sorry, what?
You said like the floor is that close now, like it's that crunched in?
Yeah, it's that crunched in.
Maybe Jahat, you could start cutting away some of the stuff with your pristine laser sword, and Treads can start picking the debris and throwing it out of the way.
Yeah, so I'll start doing that. Maybe with probably Necro's help, indicating what areas would be safest to cut through.
Yeah, and even Treads can assist with his brawn, because he'll be moving the debris if we want to do some type of group check and maybe get some
Speaking
boost.
of laser sword, where did you get it from? I don't think I've ever seen something like that on the market.
I found it.
He modded it. Treads has one like that, but his doesn't actually cut anything. It just does a bunch of stun damage.
So,
That's a lie.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
What's my difficulty to lie to WoW?
It's vigilance, right? Or is it deception? I mean,
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna get water.
It'll be deception versus discipline.
Yeah, I probably won't be very convincing. What's your discipline?
So it's gonna be 1 red, 1 purple for you.
Oh, that's nice. That's better than mine. Mine's are just a run red.
Hey Jahat, did you want to assist in this lie?
Hey, but since you're lying to me, that deception, you also take.
We don't care about you. It's WoW.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not listening in.
You can, but we're not rolling against you. We're rolling against WoW. We can make a separate roll against you if we want.
All right.
I have 2 yellow, 1 green, and 3 white.
I think I have nothing in deception, so you can have.
I'll just make the roll.
Yeah, you can make the roll. I'm just trying to assist you, so you get a boost from my trying to assist you and saying, "Oh, it's just like Treads' little stun stick."
Yeah.
Wow, it's a lot of dark.
Okay, so I would, I'd say that. I mean, well, what would you think? Do you think you would believe him wholeheartedly?
Well, he got the successes, so yeah, he would believe him.
Now, if I don't know if you want to roll against Astar's character, but I suggested just doing WoW separately because he was the one that was going to be the target that asked the question.
And I'm not spending the dark side points on it. I'm not going to be using the Force to manipulate the party members, at least yet. Dun, dun, dun.
So we like to work as a group. He's going to cut debris. I'm going to assist by telling him what not to cut. That might be holding up the structural integrity of the hole. And then Treads and other people are going to be moving the debris out and clearing a spot for us to put the debris. So we'll all do a group check. So just tell us what difficulty or main skill to use.
Okay, well, I was gonna say everything's gonna kind of be a coordinated effort. Then they have to be in sync with everything. So I think a coordination would be good because you kind of need to be on your toes where you're at, what you're doing.
Okay, so maybe coordination for Jahat to be successfully, getting his cuts in the right place because that's like detail work, and then maybe would it be mechanics or education for Necro as he's trying to judge what is load bearing and what's safe to cut away.
Yeah, I would think the mechanics would work for him. So do a 3 coordination and do a 3 purple for mechanics.
Okay, I'm gonna have Treads assist, so I get a boost from him from Improved Speaks Binary.
Do you have any ranks in coordination, Jahat?
I do not.
I have 1 rank in it with the if you want a skill assist.
I'll go ahead and do that.
All right. We didn't cut any wires or anything important.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, that's wrong.
Wait, that's
I was about to say, oh my god.
Yeah, what kind of agility do you have?
Well, that's better, legally speaking.
My character needs to show you how to do it.
Maybe Tread should start cutting away the pieces.
So I'm gonna say that Jahat's cutting work looks absolutely atrocious, and the whole time Necro is sitting back there going, "No, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Give
Look,
the.
I paid for the whole lightsaber. I'm going to use the whole lightsaber.
I thought you knew how to use that thing.
Hold on. Hey, Treads, can you hold his hand steady and help him out so Treads can give you as if you had a 4 in agility instead of your 2, and you get a boost because he's. Because it's an
1 agility.
Okay, well, so you can treat it as if you have 4 in agility and you get a boost because he's an NPC and he's helping you with Improved Speaks Binary.
All right, let's try this again.
Oh god.
Okay.
He's doing the ghost thing where he's got his arms around Jihad and moving his arms, guiding him.
Okay.
The point of only doing this just with the very tip of the lightsaber. That's boring.
All right. So I'll say that looks a whole lot better. However, with the threat, there is a potential that you might have severed some important sort of wiring. Yeah.
Those later.
So can Necro attempt to repair it?
Sure. Give me a 2 purple mechanics check.
Okay. I'll do it on my own since Treads is helping him cut.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So we can say you repaired it.
All right, so how long does it take for us to clear this out to get close? The good news is, if this is here, there's a chance that no one's made it to the vault yet. Fingers crossed.
Or they could have blown this area.
Don't jinx us! Shh! You're jinxing us.
I'm just being real.
So, I'm going to say that it's going to take you probably about 2 hours to kind of get down and through that. However, though, about halfway through your time, all of a sudden you begin to hear some noises. And they're coming from above.
Animal or
Treads, hide me. DRDS, stealth mode.
They're all around us, man. They're all around us.
You are not sure exactly what it is because whatever it is, you have never heard anything sound like it sounds.
So it doesn't sound like normal footsteps then. In other words, it could be something that's probably not humanoid-ish.
Yeah, you definitely can tell that it's not a human, for sure.
TRDS is getting out.
Stealth mode activate.
TRDS has got his double-bladed stun stick in hand, and He shoved treads in his backpack. I mean, he's Necro. Yeah, Treads put Necro in his backpack.
I was like, how big?
He put himself in his own backpack. An anomaly.
Yeah, he's not Bugs Bunny. He can't put himself in his own backpack and disappear.
Happened.
We should probably clear the initiative roll. I have a feeling we're going to have to do that.
We haven't. They haven't gotten anything yet.
No, but I can hear noises.
So I'm gonna go in stealth mode then, I guess, and move away from whatever this is.
Yeah, same here. Stealth mode.
Okay, all right. So as you guys are doing that and you're preparing for whatever, all of a sudden you see one Nexu pop down out of the. Well, it's a Nexu.
Not a Nexu.
I don't think you've ever seen a Nexu before. So you just see some really big, scary-looking creature that has a ton of teeth.
A cat with a lot of eyes and teeth. A space cat.
Yeah, there you go.
Shoot it.
Oh, where's it coming from? Is it coming from the bulkhead?
Coming from the hatch
Can
that
we
you guys can drop down.
Can we close the hatch?
Not before they get there because they have been stalking you.
Okay.
Can I
So-
shoot it then?
Sure, I'll give you a surprise round if Wall wants to shoot it.
Sweet. Does it have any defense? Like range defense?
Give me 1 sec.
Do you want some dropped on the map?
Yes, please.
How many? And just normal ones?
No, they're the cybernetic ones.
Okay.
Oh God.
How many do you want?
I don't remember. Are those ones set up individually, or were they in minion groups?
No, they're rivals.
That's big.
As long as it wasn't a mutated crate dragon, you know.
Okay. Drop down 4.
Oh God.
And they could be coming through cracks, and I mean the hull's been ripped to shreds when it crashed, so there's probably multiple areas, so you can put them wherever you want.
Okay.
This map's probably not accurate, but it's something for the audience to have an idea of what the ship kind of looks like.
For some reason, it's not letting me change the map.
Oh, when you click and click on the map, it's not letting you go to it.
Okay, wait, no, there it goes. I don't know. It was doing something really weird. I was trying to click on the map to pull it up, and it kept pulling up the same map that I was already on.
Oh, it might have been lagging.
Okay, yeah, I'll say that those are roughly kind of all right in the spots that they're in. So, all right, so basically, with a vicious roar, a blur of metal and fur erupts from the darkness of the wreckage. 4-legged creatures, all teeth and claws, leap at you in a split second. You realize that they are powerful Nexu. Worse, they appear to be cybernetically enhanced. All sport metal reinforced claws and some sort of armored helmet or cap or collar. The claws of one of the Nexu crackle with white-blue energy against the ground as it lands after each leap. Another flashes a radiant grin with polished metal teeth, and the largest appears to have its prehensile double tail plated in interlocking scale armor that terminates in a spike club on each tail end. So that is what you see before you. So go ahead and roll your turn.
So does it have any adversary?
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Oh, okay. So,
Nice.
that's going to be 13 damage. I will be shooting that one, and so I will use two of my advantages to activate a crit, and I'll use two more to activate my blast of 6, and then I'll use my other advantages to increase the crit range for it.
Okay.
So it's like one advantage to increase the crit range by 10. Is that correct?
What's your
Yeah.
crit?
No, it'll be 10.
Everything you crit out, I think it's everything you're supposed to crit at. So that every 2 you get a crit.
Okay, so I will crit twice then with 4 advantages. Activate blast 6 with 2 other ones. So let me see if I have any lethal blows.
And as I
I have
It's got a
recall,
plus 6 on it, so it's going to do extra damage too. So it's already got a plus 6 to plus 60, I guess, right? For
I have
vicious.
2 lethal blows. So that will add 2 more to it, so it'll be a plus 80, plus the other 2 advantages for the crit. There'll be a plus 90 to its crit.
Nice.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that.
You roll.
You roll
Okay,
Sorry.
stuff.
Sorry, my bad.
So
You said 90?
Yes,
Yeah.
plus 90.
So I put that in the offset, right?
yes.
yes.
It's
Nice.
Okay, so you can heal that crit wound and use it for something else. So you disintegrated it, huh?
Yeah?
Was that the disintegration rifle?
Yeah, with the disintegration rifle.
That's too funny.
You know,
And I
Necro.
run.
No, I could have done something with that.
Yeah,
Right.
to
You
be
have 3 other ones to do it with. Oh, by the way, so this one gets hit by the blast.
Which one?
This one.
It's blast 6, so you subtract
it'll take
soak.
7.
Okay.
Does
the breach
it-
work with the breach work with the blast or no?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
it has. Okay, cool. Never mind. I guess ignore soak
So-
then.
Does
unless it has like a
the
21 soak, I get past all of its soak. And it takes 6 damage.
All right. 6 damage is logged.
I'm trying to remember. Is there a official ruling about crits and blast? Like if he activates crit, does he activate it separately for each target, or would he be able to?
Oh, I didn't know
Use
you
the
can
same
activate a crit for.
I only know about-
attacking a blast.
I only know about minion groups.
Okay. I'm gonna do some reading on that between turns. See if I can find a
Okay.
ruling.
Well, it's slow firing, so you can fire again next round anyway. So
This is kind of. We haven't had blast weapons up until recently in our games.
Oh, don't worry. I have another high-powered stun weapon that I can use.
Well, this
go
one
between
this
slow
one takes a
firing.
round to reload. Then you gotta spin some maneuvers to swap out weapons. All right, we're
Okay.
gonna do which roll are we doing for initiative?
I think it'd be vigilance, right? Because he has
We want
one
to
higher
prepare for it.
stalking us.
Yeah, I'll say vigilance.
I will spend that dark side point to make mine a 2/2. If you can.
Make sure to clear dice pool.
I get the. Oh wait, yeah. The that is correct. I get force dice on my. Actually, it should be a third force die though.
On which one? The 1, 2?
Yeah. Let me roll a third force die there though. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it won't change. So the 1/2 becomes a 2/2. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Hey, KitKat, on the actual tokens themselves, if you click it in that little red circle, you can put the damage, so you can keep track of the damage on the token separately.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Also, if you have multiple ones with that need critical rolls, you can just grab some different NPC sheets over just to use those to keep track of who has what crits.
Okay, cool.
Luckily, Wah generally kills on his shot.
It seems that way.
Oh yeah, all they have to do is roll a 60 and they die.
So are they doing Cole then? Next two?
Yeah. Hold on.
So
Sorry.
a bit less than on average they die.
You could always have a Nexu driving a vehicle. And you got a cybernetic brain.
How crazy would that be?
It would prevent well from one hitting it.
If we saw that, we'd probably run away pretty fast.
Are you kidding me? I'm rolling survival checks till it's my pet.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all I do. Knock it out and then try to pick your pet. That sounds good.
All right, so is this correct? NPC goes first?
Yep. So this NPC goes first.
That was a really high critical roll anyways. It got a 96 for the roll. That's why I died.
Oh yeah, it also rolled that. Yeah.
96 plus 90. Okay, let's go.
Right, so this thing is very angry that it just disintegrated his friend and then attacked him. So he's going to come up and attack Wah.
I'm behind a wall.
It's in the have you seen Aliens? This is doing the alien maneuver where it's actually in the ceiling.
Oh god. I'm so dead then.
There you go. You can do what you want now.
So yeah, so he's gonna come up and he's gonna attack you.
It'll drop from the ceiling.
I have one range defense. No, not one range. I have one melee defense.
So he's gonna choose to try to claw you at first.
Bad boy? Uh-huh.
Oh, we don't have the. It's 2 purple.
Yep, sorry.
I just rolled 2 purple, and he's
And
got 1 black, so 2 purple, 1 black.
Oh,
Still hits. 9. Does it do any damage?
Yeah, it does a lot of damage.
Okay.
It's got all that. It's got all that threat. It's got 2 threat.
Sounds like someone was a glass cannon.
Well, yeah. Let me see what I can do with those 2 threat.
Strain.
Free maneuver. If you didn't already move.
Where's the combat checks? I mean, the combat chart. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay, so,
Don't worry.
I guess I can just give myself a free maneuver.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
And I think you still got 1 left. You're running away from your party?
No, I'm running away from these things.
Okay. Sure, someone could heal you.
Oh, wait, let me put in the...
You do have stim packs, right?
No.
Uh-oh. Well, we do have lots of light side points, so you could use a light side point and say, "Oh yeah, I packed one of my backpack. Here it is."
That is true. You do have light side points.
Yep.
You know what? We have so many. Why not? A stim pack. There we go.
All right, so you got one in your backpack for your turn. Okay, so NPC moved. Are we moving on to the next?
Yep.
All right, so
There you go.
who wants the PC slot?
Would anyone mind if I went and killed this thing that was after me?
It's in another
Go
room
for it.
now.
So?
Okay,
Yeah,
go for
exactly that.
it.
Okay, so I'm going to switch out my other gun to like try to shoot it with this one.
All right, so are you dropping your first gun as a free maneuver and getting out the other gun as a maneuver?
Correct.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so that's going to be 14 stun damage. And oh man,
You can recover
I don't have
strain.
enough for. I don't have enough for a crit.
Well, that's okay because this thing is dead.
Oh, it is.
It's
sweet.
snoring.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's not dead. It's snoring. Correction.
Does it take a maneuver to use a stim pack?
It takes a maneuver to find it.
That's no. I mean, if you can take it out as an instant, no, like you have like a little med pack thing you can do it like that with.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
looking at it. It just seems like it's just an injector. All you have to do is just put it in a vein.
Yeah, but you got to
In
find it.
fact, it's a maneuver.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just use the 2 advantages for another maneuver to like get out of there.
You know,
Like,
you only get 2 per round.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I use my first.
Yeah, you can use it. You can have a free maneuver, but it still cannot exceed 2 maneuvers in a round.
I did. So when my character went first, he used his first one. Then he used another one from the other 2 threats, and now his turn came around again.
But the start of the round, no, the start of the round was when the next 2 attacked you. You used a threat to give yourself a free maneuver. So that was 1 maneuver.
Oh, okay.
Then you
So
used another
can't
maneuver.
do
So
that.
you can't do more than 2.
Uh,
You gotta wait till the next round to stim yourself.
I guess I can give Asta a blue.
Give me a free maneuver. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, who's going next?
I'm gonna let the person who actually can fight go next. So what?
I'll go ahead and go. Yeah, I'll go ahead and go. So I'm assuming this is like a solid wall and I can't see through it, right?
Yeah, you can probably hear though if you do perception. I'm just assuming that these cats are moving in the ceilings like they did in Alien, so the walls don't impede them until they jump down. That's what I'm assuming. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. They have the ability to crawl.
Okay, so if I move here, can I see this one?
Yes.
The one with the X is dead.
You said the one
Or I
behind
guess I'd move more down there to be a little closer, so I can see that one there.
Yeah,
I'm going to go ahead and do a bind check on him. So I'm going to try and force choke him.
Okay.
Oof. Okay. So I get a second dark side pip on that. I'm not going to take the light side points though. So he is going to be immobilized until the end of my next turn. I'll spend the second one to disorient him for 2 rounds. So he's immobilized and disoriented, and he's also going to take 2 wounds as I yank him up in the air and choke him a bit. And then I'm going to have Eisen go run in there.
Okay.
I guess he's gonna have to take a second maneuver to get to close that last little bit of distance, and then he's going to attack.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. So it's going to be 12 damage, and then I'll activate a crit there. And he has Vicious 2 and Lethal Blows 3, so that's going to be a plus 50. And then I'll pass a boost to the next person. And that's it for me.
Cool. Plus 50 crit.
Alrighty, give me 1 sec.
Cool.
And then how much damage did you say he took?
It'll be a total of 14 minus whatever his soak is.
Okay, thank you.
And that's it for me.
I threw another next to a plain one. You can use that to put crits on the other one since there's two left. If you need to put crits on the other one.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Alright, so next, NPC gets to go. Okay, well, that Nexu is not going to be very happy that you tried to attack him. Or, well, the dog. Well, is that supposed to be a dog? Is that what that...
It's the Vorture, yeah.
Okay, alright. So he's going to actually attack him. Since he bit him. He did not like being bit at all.
That one's immobilized. Can it do anything when it's immobilized?
It can't use maneuvers. It can still attack.
But it gets a setback because it's got the disorient. It gets 1 setback. Right?
Okay.
And it's also going to be... So it'll be 3 purple and 3 black.
Isn't it? I have adversary, though?
Oh, yes, an upgrade. Sorry, yeah, so it'll be 3 red and 3 black. Thank you.
Are you sure it wouldn't be 2 red and 1 purple?
Yeah.
Oh, they got.
Because of the crit, it increases the difficulty.
Ah,
Add
yep.
the difficulty
It
back.
says of all skill checks. Attacking is not a skill check.
It is. Because it uses a skill. It's because he's going to be using its brawl.
Yeah, it's a skill.
Oh, okay.
It's a subtype of skill check.
Okay, so since he was bit by your little beastie friend, he's going to turn around and try to bite your little beastie friend. And he does not. He, really confused, actually, causes injury to himself. He bites his own leg.
Nice.
So
He accidentally bites his own gum.
yeah, there you go. So he'll take five more wounds because of that.
5? That's a lot.
Is it PC slot now?
Yeah, go PC.
You guys mind if Necro takes it?
Go for it.
All right, Necro's gonna have Treads approach in the room. Then he sees this one not engaged with anyone, so he'll have him engage that one and use his double-bladed stun baton to attack.
Okay, sounds good. Sorry, wrong button.
So is it just two purple? Is there any?
Yeah, no, just 2 purple.
There's no melee defense. Okay.
And he gets a boost from Eisen.
Okay, another boost.
Another
Cool.
boost. Cool.
Yeah, no melee, no range.
All right, so
that
7,
thing
8,
dies.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 with the stun stick.
Okay, well, he's taking a nap as well.
All right. What do you do with the threat? He generated a threat on that attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. The one that's disoriented begins to look at you and like really chomp his jaws. So, it's pretty safe to assume that you're probably going to be next.
TRDS for stun expert. Bring it, big kitty.
What's the resilience on these things?
All right. Anything else?
What's the resilience on these things?
What is the what?
What's the resilience?
I don't think you would know that.
Well, if I do know, you know what my check's going to be. All right, it's my turn next, right?
Yeah, I think your last PC.
Okay, so Asa's going to try to sneak up there, and since I guess he's not aware of her, and she's going to use her palm stunner to try to knock it out.
So resilience is brawn. If it doesn't have it.
To which one? Sorry. Gotcha. Okay. Go ahead.
What's its resilience? Well, what's brawn, whichever it has. That's my difficulty. I need to roll against their brawn or resilience, whichever, if they have resilience, since whatever that is, or if it's just brawn, I just need to roll against their brawn.
The brawn's 3.
Yeah, the brawn is 3.
So it does 13 strain damage. No, 14. 14, my bad. 14. So it does 12 and plus each one for each success.
Okay, and you said that you were trying to just stun him? Knock him out?
Yeah, it's a palm stunner. So that's what it does.
Okay, yeah. And you knock him out.
So
Over my strain.
there's 3 sleeping ones, and there's a pile of dust where Wash shot the first one.
So as I recall, the ion disruptors, the disruptors like that, they only work on organic matter. So like, did its cybernetics just plink to the ground there?
Oh no! It also works on this thing also works on vehicles as well. So
It disrupts the poly.
yeah, so the cybernetics would stay, but they'd probably be a bit damaged.
Sort it out.
I don't know that. I guess that's up to Eli. I was just thinking out loud.
Yeah, no, yeah, if you were using the ion disruptor, then yeah, it'd probably still be attached, but yeah, it would probably be damaged and need some repairs done if you wanted to try to use them.
Alright, perfect. So we neutralize the threat. Do we try to tie him down or something like that, or anything we can do in case they wake up, or do we know how long they're going to be out?
You can use your fancy rope, and we'll keep clearing out the hallway to get to the vault.
I'll tie him up, or try to restrain him, I guess, somehow.
Okay. Let's do a survival check, just so that we can figure out exactly how to rope them up and restrain them.
So can you figure out how to hog tie them? That's what you're rolling to figure out.
Let's see what's the difficulty.
I'm gonna say you probably never encountered these kind of animals before, so 4 purple.
All right. I'm gonna boost myself on that last one.
Okay. And what? Okay.
You did it.
Yay!
Yay!
So yeah, you figure out that the best means of keeping them down is putting them on their back, actually putting their tail in between all of their legs, tying the tip of the tail, and then tying all 4 of the legs together. So that is how you are going to take care of the 3 sleeping cybernetically enhanced Nexu.
Okay.
Let's continue to that boat.
Yep, let's go.
And real quick, while I was going to use the stim pack, you need to roll for that.
I do?
No, it just adds.
Oh, it's an automatic thing? Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at all dudes and it was like, it just gives you 5 wounds back. So it's like, I need to roll?
Yeah, and then the next time it gives you 4, then it gives you 3 the next time, then 2 the next time, then 1, then it doesn't work.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So you need to make a note how often you use the stim pack in a week.
In a week? Huh. Okay.
I think it's a week. I don't remember.
I think it may be per session.
Oh, is it per session? Okay, yeah, then per session.
Okay. So now that you guys have dispatched those guys, continue on with trying to get into the vault. As you are cutting things away, I will tell you that once you kind of get past the initial layer of metal, you're starting to run into a lot more earth-like materials, dirt, and stuff like that.
Not so bad. That laser sword seems to work pretty good against dirt, I think.
Dirt or rock?
Yeah, is it dirt or rock?
It's a combination of both. You can tell by getting into it that there is rock at the base because of what the planet is made out of, but there's also a lot of dirt just that has been piled in from the impact as well.
Is it possible to climb over? Like, is there like a little thing to climb over where someone could like squeeze through to like try to help on the other side?
No, it's going to be pretty solid.
So, Necro, if Treads helps guide your sword, you could cut it like an upside down pyramid, and then Treads can pick it up because whatever rock's in there, your little laser sword should melt it and break it away, and then Treads can pull them up. So Necro's given
that makes sense.
input on how to remove it, and as the stone part melts and fuses quickly with the dirt around it, it helps us be able to get big clunks instead of having to get a shovel or something.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I will say that it'll be a 3 purple to continue cutting away at stuff.
So I would suggest letting Treads assist, and then I can give Speaks Binary to Treads. So
Honestly, yeah, it might even just be better to hand him my lightsaber and let him do it.
well, you should assist him because he's got no coordination skill.
I have coordination skill. I can system.
Okay, so
Hell, I can even just let you do it in that case because I don't either.
yeah, treads can get 3 boost dice though if I instruct them on how to do it. So if someone assists treads and then I give them the speaks binary 3, that'd be the best chance.
My character will do lookout duties while this is all going on to make sure we don't get snuck up on again.
Okay, who has the highest coordination?
I'm ranking it with the blue.
And what's your coordination?
It's a 3 agility, so it's 1 yellow, 2 green, and blue.
Okay, so he's got 4 agility, so it's
So 1 yellow and 3 green.
okay. All right, and then speaks binary, and then you said it's a 3 purple.
Yeah, 3.
Eli, would you like me to make a perception check or something?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Let's do a 2 purple perception.
Okay.
We did it.
Congrats.
For that,
No, I do not see anything. God dang, what are these rolls? Why am I getting so unlucky when it comes to perception?
You need cybernetic eyes.
Ew.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You just don't have the eyeballs.
Yeah. My
Here,
character
let me
doesn't
stop you.
have
I
eyes.
seem to be having problems with that today.
However, you can go ahead and pass that advantage off if you'd like.
Eisen's up there with him, just kind of sitting, watching, listening as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh wait, I gain a. Wait, no, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't allow me to pass, but okay.
All right, so we're clearing off the space.
I'll also say, here, let me help you. And she looked and was looking at what you were trying to look at. She saw you having some difficulty again.
I thought you were helping us with the coordination.
Oh, he's doing that while we're doing that? Okay, never mind. I'll do it afterwards.
Okay.
Unless it's too late.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, you guys peel back a little bit more, and as you cut into it, you guys are starting to realize that it's pretty much just solid rock. You don't think that you're gonna actually hit any more metal within it.
So there's no more vault or metal from the ship. It's just rock now.
Yeah. Once you get down to about the 3rd bit of level, there's just nothing but earth and dirt.
Well, crap. The vault's gone.
Based on what we know of the ship's layout, like, if it is it that the vault's gone, or is it that there's just a shit ton of dirt packed in here?
There's no metal anymore, she said. So it's missing that section where the vault was.
Yeah, I mean, like what you could surmise from would be that the vault essentially is like disintegrated, is not existent, and it's just simply due to the impact. It just basically had smashed and crunched everything flat. So,
Or it could be buried somewhere else, but was shifted. Like if you're crashing high altitude, it could have been buried somewhere along the path too.
Where would we find it if it did? It could be 1,000 feet away for all we know.
So let's stop wasting time with this. Let's go ahead and search these other rooms that I've indicated on the map that might have some stuff that we could at least salvage. So cybernetics, the guy was looking for, and I'm looking for droid parts. So
Cybernetics, like these Nexu, maybe.
Yes, like those, and like this. These are damaged, but I can fix those. But
wait, what's John's gonna ask out loud, what's the lifespan on the Nexu?
I'm sure it's a knowledge check. I don't know what to roll though.
Busy knowledge, I think, right?
yeah, I would think it would be a xenology check to figure out that information.
What's difficulty?
Being that you don't really have a whole lot of experience with these animals, I'm gonna say that it would be a 4 purple.
Are we in the outer rim?
Yes, just barely.
So could it be an outer rim check as well?
Yeah, I would do an outer rim check.
Wouldn't
Okay.
it be more? Since it's outer rim, wouldn't it be like more difficult because it's more broad?
I mean, xenology is pretty broad too.
Yeah, xenology is more about customs and trying to figure out what an intelligent alien race is trying to say to you versus. All right, so I'll do a 4 purple outer rim. Yeah, barely.
Whoa!
All right, so they last about this number of years.
10 years.
There you go. They're 10 years, like a dog.
Dang.
And this thing crashed like 15, 20 years ago. These Nexu, these had to have been modified by survivors then, or looters, which I don't know if that makes sense.
That is true.
Like
Can
you
we
don't
guess
trip.
the age of them just by looking at them?
These
That
are
makes sense.
not old enough lifespan to be from the ship originally.
No.
Which means we've got somebody around here who's modifying these.
How long would it take, or what rolls would we need to make if we want to split up and search those indicated areas on the schematics for stuff that might be of value, such as cybernetics or droid parts?
I would say, as far as travel time to get to each one of them and each one of the areas, I would say if you all would split up and look, I would think that maybe roughly about 3 hours should do you. Although I will remind you that you just ran into 4 cybernetically enhanced Nexus.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a good idea.
We might be able to get more Nexus to sell, so we might as well see if there's anything of value, so that this isn't a total loss.
I would advise not splitting up unless you're staying with someone that can fight.
Okay, let's pair up then.
Wall would pair up with Asta.
Okay.
Trez and Necro can pair up, and Jahat and his animal could pair up.
Yeah.
So only 2 people are actually pairing up.
So that shouldn't add that much more time to us then.
We can we can get to more fun.
Okay, so I guess we'll spend time doing that. So I guess it's getting kind of dark by now.
Yeah, at this point it's getting pretty late in the evening.
Did we find anything?
So, let's see.
If you want to go to that encampment.
Yeah, we can. We'll just make sure we found something, hopefully.
Right. So first, we'll say that Jahat goes out to and finds the sensory array control room. So, this was once a ship's sensory array control room. Computers as tall as the ceiling are burnt out or horribly corroded, with many bits and pieces seemingly chiseled or broken off. There's a large section of deck that is missing, where an explosion obliterated much of the compartment and its equipment. So you can tell just by looking that these sensors were quickly overloaded by the combined stress of the nebula and the heat of the re-entry into the atmosphere. And if you want, what do you want to do now that I gave you that?
Just kind of search through the room a little more thoroughly, see if anything is usefully salvageable or left behind, or any other clues.
Okay, perfect. Give me a 3 purple perception check.
All right. I'm going to assist Eisen with it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Alrighty, so with that, here's what you find. As you're looking around the room, you actually reveal a tarp that is covering a toolkit in the corner. and it appears that somebody was recently trying to remove a security scanner, but temporarily abandoned the job, covering the work area to conceal it.
Okay. How difficult does it look like it would be to finish the work there?
I would say that since they left the toolkit there, if you have any mechanics available to do it, I would say that it would be a 3 purple.
Okay, so a little bit out of my own skill range. I will make a note of that, and maybe mention that over comms to Necro.
I will be there after I finish searching this room.
Okay, perfect. Necro, we will say that you ended up going off to the bridge security. So in this room, there's going to be rows of lockers lining the small room. The fittings on the floor are all that is left of the mounts from the jump seats where the Marines who were tasked with protecting the bridge were once assigned. The lockers' doors have been removed, and this room has been stripped bare. However, though, in addition to the battle droids, the Sa Nalaar had a dedicated group of soldiers originally assigned to protect Kratala and her research facility. And this is where they stored their gear. It served as sort of like a mini barracks.
Okay. Can I search thoroughly to see if there's anything else?
Absolutely. You can make a 3 purple perception check.
I also let Astra know that I found a barracks, so there's cots or bedding and stuff that we could use if we want to spend the night here too.
Okay. I can rig up some traps and stuff in case anyone tries to sneak back on, or these next who try to come back on here.
Okay, what did you say the difficulty was?
3 purple.
All right. Speaks binary, draw assist with treads. He'll make the roll for. You said 3 purple.
3 purple.
Okay. Oh, since we got a lot of advantage, you know what, Treads? I think you're looking the wrong. Let me help you a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and use my my signature ability. I'll spend a destiny point, and he's within close range of me. So let me use light side.
Okay.
And let's see. I want to upgrade the green single. The green single advantage. I want to re-roll the blank blue, and I'll re-roll. Let's see. I got a ton of advantage. Oh, okay, so I'll re-roll the green. I'll re-roll both green, but one of the greens will be upgraded to yellow, and I'll re-roll the blank blue. Those will be the 3 dice I manipulate.
Okay, sounds good.
Dang it!
What advantage?
So I will pass a bunch of boosts to someone else looking for stuff.
All right, sounds good.
And I will come, I guess, to that room to remove or do whatever he wanted with that security console.
Okay, yeah. So since you have the right tools and are a bit more adept at doing it, it's going to be 4 purple. Just because this is very delicate. You might break it.
All right. I want to use... I'll go ahead and give those boosts to my... I'll give those boosts. Do I want the boost, or do you guys want a boost? I'll just go use my stuff. I'll pass those boosts to someone else that hasn't searched the room yet to search. And I will go ahead and use my overcharge ability so that my a mechanical hand implant works even better. So that's 3 purple mechanics.
Okay.
And all right, I'm going to be using my toolbox and utility arm.
All right.
And let's see, micro. Oh, what do you call it? Workbench. Okay. All right, success. So I get to increase my mechanic skill by 1. So upgrade. All right, and so what did you say the difficulty was to fix the console?
It was 4 purple.
Okay. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and request assistance from Treads to get an extra boost. Well,
Okay.
actually, I could use those for boost too, can I? 1. So I'll get 4 boost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that you definitely removed it for sure. You were very delicate at what you were doing and managed to remove it in pristine condition.
Okay, cool. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks like it might be worth something.
Yep, exactly. All right, now we go to Wa and Asta.
Whoa.
All right, and you guys are going to be in the security bridge.
So you can have.
Okay.
Or, I mean, security bridge, excuse me, bridge command tower. Totally different thing. So this is what was once the bridge is now overgrown with vines, moss, strange flowering plants. Consoles and electronics have been stripped from their housing, and windows are shattered or missing. Even the seats have been salvaged. On closer inspection, the shadows seem to crawl, and you can make out small insects and strange amphibians inhabiting the crevices. At the rear of the compartment is a bulkhead leading into the dark recesses of the abandoned hulk. The bulkhead door has been removed, apparently by a fission cutter. So nothing of material remains. Anything useful was appropriated by the survivors or the other explorers. Secreted away, however, in a hidden compartment is the recordings of the ship's final moments.
Did we find those recordings? I take it.
Give me a perception check.
You can have 2 boosts for my failed but very advantageous perception roll. But I'm like,
Okay. What was the difficulty again?
3 purple.
Well,
Oh.
you can help me look.
Yeah. I'll give an assist.
that's like my roll, but
I don't see anything over here. What do you see over there? I'll give you my boost.
How many boosts?
4 boosts.
4? Okay.
And I'll assist you, so 5 boosts.
Hey, 5 boosts. Sweet. Hey. What do we see?
All right, wow. Come through in the clutch.
Finally. I found
So, as you're looking around,
Oh, one more purple wall. That was going to do much.
oh yeah, there's one more purple.
Oh, one more? Okay. Yeah, let me roll that. Okay, so it's just one less advantage.
Less advantage.
Okay, that's totally gonna change things. No.
Yes, totally.
Okay, so you're looking around the bridge area, and what appears to be kind of like a small pile of just rubble in the corner. You kept something that glints some light off of it, and you go over and begin inspecting the area right there, and you actually discover a hollow projector, and you attempt to try to turn it on or get it working, and it actually comes up and is working.
Ooh. What does it say?
All right, so when you hit the playback button on it, it says pilots and engineers desperately try to regain control of the ship as it plummets towards Cholganna's surface. Their faces contorted in fear and desperation. Pacing back and forth is a young Captain Harsel who barks orders from the bridge. At his side, a white-haired Arcanan woman looks in despair, bracing herself for the impending impact. Harsel stops without warning, shouts one last command, then pulls the woman to the floor for cover. As she falls, you see her stark white eyes grow wide with terror. Suddenly, the playback scrambles and cuts out.
All right. I want to use my inside knowledge specialization where I make a hard skullduggery check, and then I have a chance to find something of rarity, personal scale, no greater than +2 of my cunning that could have previously stashed here, or some kind of narrative benefit.
Okay. Good.
Since I figured since we're on the bridge and they were scrambling, maybe they could have left something that would have been beneficial to us, or maybe even left some clues to where they might have gone. Or whatever.
Okay, and you said that what rarity?
It can be up to rarity 8 because I have a cunning of 6 right now.
Okay.
Maybe a battle droid hidden underneath some rubble.
But it doesn't have to be something. It could be some kind of narrative thing as well, something beneficial that, like I said, if we're trying to track people down, maybe they lied to left something that left a clue where they're going.
A map.
Or something beneficial to the group that, because they were up here, this might have been the last place they were scavenging for their left.
Okay. I'm going to say that you found a networked slicing uplink.
Ooh.
Oh, what?
Above table, it's called a networked slicing uplink. Essentially, basically what it is it's an illegal set of droid modifications allowing a droid to slice into computer systems and other electronics while being masked as to their identity.
Okay. Cool.
So I think here is going to be a pretty good stopping point since we got about 2 minutes left.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for running.
What's the
Yes.
Absolutely. You guys all did really awesome today. I'm going to give you guys 15 XP.
Ooh, 15.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Absolutely. It's always so funny because I always have a tendency to over prepare because I think sometimes I'm like, oh, this is stuff that they're going to blow through in 2 minutes.
Oh, you obviously haven't seen us play then.
And then, don't forget who you're playing with again.
Right? And so then it's funny because I'm like, oh, well, they're going to blow through this in 2 minutes. So then I end up reading through so much more. And then we only get to half or 3/4 of what I had read out for that day or for the day. And I'm like, it always makes me laugh. I'm like, oh, I really need to not read so far.
Be prepared.
But yeah, thanks, you guys. I had fun today.
Thank you.
Yeah, same here.
Thanks for running.
Alrighty, we'll see y'all next week.
See ya.
I'm actually put that XP into perception.
There you go.
Woo.